Walk into the Adidas store in Soho right now, and it's wrapped, floor to ceiling, in World Cup. Walk 3 blocks to Nike's flagship, and the windows are themed for the Knicks. Basketball, not the tournament the entire planet is about to watch. That's not a scheduling slip. That's a decision. And it quietly tells you which company is actually going to win this. Everyone scored the World Cup ad battle the same way. Nike ran away with it. Their Rip the Script spot pulled 76 million views. Adidas reportedly spent £50 million and got a fraction of the attention. By the metric every headline tracked, Adidas lost. Badly. Here's the number nobody printed in the press release. Before a single ball was kicked, Adidas had already pre-sold roughly $290 million of World Cup product. The view count measures who got watched. The pre-sale measures who got paid. So the obvious read is Nike won the marketing, but the data says the opposite of what the view counter says. Here's the room. Bjorn Gulden runs Adidas. Nike's side had Camilo Andrade, and Andrade decided to chase remix and reach, billions of impressions over millions. Reasonable. Attention is real. But winning the impression is doing real heavy lifting in that strategy. Gulden decided the other way, and Bjorn Gulden called soccer a long-term franchise, not a one-time wonder. Code for a simple truth. The trophy gets handed out once. The shelf space lasts a decade. Here's the name for it: the placement premium. Reach tells you who got seen. Placement tells you who owns the shelf when the noise fades. And Adidas optimized for the shelf. And it's already compounding. Those Adidas away shirts are bleeding out of the stadium and onto kids who'll never watch a full match. This is the move I broke down last week with Hollister and Target. You don't win the launch. You win the distribution that outlives it. In fairness to Nike, 76 million views is real pricing power, and Nike still earns a huge share of revenue from a strong home market. The attention isn't nothing. But that decision locks Nike into one region's appetite. No flexibility when the bet has to travel. When global soccer demand keeps compounding and your flagship window was themed for basketball, you've got no shelf to sell into. The competitor who looked like they lost, the one who took the boring distribution path, owns the aisle. Read that again. You've made this exact call without naming it. When the whole team is optimizing the metric that's easy to measure, the views, the impressions, the number that screenshots well, and the one that actually compounds goes unwatched, who's buying the shelf while everyone counts the noise? Most operators chase the view count. It's legible. It's braggable. It fits in a board deck. Choosing the slower, un-screenshotable metric, that's the discipline almost nobody has. So here's the scoreboard that matters. Forget the impressions. Count the repeat buyers and the square footage Adidas now owns when the tournament noise dies. Here's my call. Within 18 months, the brand that looked like it lost the ad battle is the one still selling off the shelf, while Nike's 76 million views sit frozen in a slide nobody reopens. The attention was never the asset. The aisle was. What this rivalry exposes is simple. The loudest brand and the most bought brand are almost never the same company. And only one of those scoreboards pays rent in 2026.